Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Hope you guys are all still buzzing off yesterday night's win against Aston Villa. A huge win. You know, no one really gave us any hope for that one. It was Aston Villa were the favourites. They'd not lost at home, almost a year or something. That's off the back of, an away win against Fulham, away win against Villa. We now go into Luton this Saturday at home. Bearing in mind, Luton did just go and smash Brighton 4-0. So, it might not be, plain sailing for Newcastle. It might not be as easy as maybe you'd hope it to be. And I should stop talking before I jinx myself. But, yeah, I will be there. So be sure to drop a like and subscribe to this video to not miss out on, hopefully, some more celebrations this weekend. But we will have to go in there, get the job done, and hopefully we'll have some players available for it. One of the downsides of the game against Villa was seeing Isak go off injured. Now, Eddie Howe has said that he doesn't believe it's serious. I feel like we're saying that a lot at the moment. Joe Linton out, Barnes out, no Tonali, Wilson still coming back from injury, Isak out. Great to see Murphy, by the way. I thought he played really well in that game, so great to have him back. And Eddie Howe said it himself. We are a good side. We have strength in the side. We are not weak in our lineup. We are weak with personnel and who is available. And thank God, 17-year-old kid Miley's coming in and playing fantastic right now, really helping prop up this side. And we hoped that maybe we could go out and strengthen that a little bit. And with the rest of the season to go, big push in the FA Cup, big push in Europe, and we still want to do it. But in terms of strengthening that squad that a little bit more, we have a little bit of news on that. Newcastle is said to be close to announcing the signing of Alfie Harrison from Manchester City. 18-year-old kid, pretty much walking away due to the fact his contract has ended, and he's chosen to go to Newcastle United. Now, I am excited for this. It's exciting in a different way. It's exciting because Newcastle are going out there and, we're building. It's for the future. Could it be for right now? I've mentioned Miley already. I think people are pretty excited over Minter over at Feyenoord right now. People even saying, can we get him back before this January window comes to an end? I'm not sure that will be the case. But, could Alfie Harrison, actually fit into the Newcastle squad sooner than maybe planned? It's understood that his contract will run till 2027, so a decent length contract for him. And a big part of the reason he wants to come to Newcastle is because of the chance to represent and be part of the first team, not just in the future, but potentially in the present. Right now, if you look at the squad list and the bench from the game at the weekend, it's goalkeepers, it's defenders, it's Richie, it's Dummett, and don't get me wrong, they've played their part at times this season, but really we're looking at the bench. Miggy comes on in the game against Villa and actually plays really good. Maybe a bit of a point to prove. A lot of the talk has been that if Newcastle were going to strengthen this window, it would have to be with a player leaving. Miggy was the one that was highly linked. Miggy's not going anywhere. And Eddie Howe has come out and said, that the club has no plans to really, do anything before the deadline ends. Eddie Howe would say that regardless. Eddie Howe would say that if we had 10 players lined up round the block from St. James's Park ready to sign on the dotted line, Howe would say that. But, I think it's the truth. And, he's over 18-year-old lad from Manchester City. It's exciting, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if he was on the bench against Luton this weekend. And you know what it is. If you're good enough, you're old enough. We saw Newcastle, bring back Joe White from his loan spell at Crewe. By all intents and purposes, he's done all right. So big up him. Eddie Howe wants to take a look at him. Can we follow the trend of a Miley? Have Alfie Harrison come in and, tell you what, if he can come in and make a difference, then get him involved. So there is a bit of excitement around this one to see what happens next. Having said all of that, you could just as well fit straight into the under-21s, and we may not see him till the start of next season. So I don't think this is a signing that we are gushing to see him feature this weekend. You know, who knows? You tell me. As I say, Eddie Howe will probably want to take a bit more of a look at him in training with the first team before we start potentially chucking him in the deep end. But, you know, from the reaction of the Man City fans, in fact, they're saying, you know, where's he going? What's going on? Why have we let this talented young lad go? And hopefully he can put him in. But I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because we know we've got it in there. You know, a lot of the talk following the Villa game has kind of been like relighting that fire, revitalise the season. You know, renewed, fresh, and kind of going out there and trying to win games, and off the back of a good break for the lads, going in against Fulham. You know, 2 days later it's Villa, and we've done it again. We've played it well, but it's the exact same 11 players, and it's now Luton, and then it's Forest. You know, and then it's and the games are coming thick and fast. I know we're not in Europe now, and that will certainly help. But if we can, you know, get a Willock back, get a Barnes back, if we've been able to just do a little bit of work this January window, you know, we're sitting in 7th. You know, I think Champions League would be a hell of a push. But I tell you what, you know, we are well within our right to be pushing for some European football. And what I worry is 2 months' time, we're kind of back where we were. We're kind of back in again with currently no fit striker to start off with. So is it Jacob Murphy up front this weekend? You know, you think it's probably going to be Gordon. 2 months' time, you know, if we just brought a couple of extras in to help, and you could look at it the other way. I tell you what, if all of a sudden Barnes, Willock, you know, some of these guys are starting to come back from fitness, you know, even then it's not loads. Joe Linton's out for the season. You know, Isaac and Wilson are kind of in and out as it goes. You know, if we'd just been able to do a little bit more, and who knows, maybe it could happen. 24 hours to go, but I would suggest maybe not. But one player that is looking very likely to be through the door is the youngster, Alfie Harrison. And look, I'm not going to put pressure on the kid, to be honest. As I say, I think even Eddie Howe's, you know, a little bit concerned of the amount of game time Miley's getting. So I'm factoring him into this season. He's one of the first names on the team sheet right now. Even if we wanted to rest him, we kind of can't. You know, I don't think Longstaff and that's the thing, Longstaff didn't have the greatest game. You know, there was pockets around the Fulham game where we weren't great, and we kind of can't really do anything. But, you know, let's hope Alfie Harrison hits the ground running very quickly in the under-21s, in the reserves, and is potentially someone Newcastle can look to use. He's not the number 6. You know, he's more of a kind of Willock, tricky, fast player, which, you know what, I'll take it. But that's another thing, you know, that whole defensive midfielder saga that we were having not too long ago, you know, that hasn't gone away. You know, that is still a thing. And we can cover for it better when we've got some energy in the side. You know, you're talking about players who have suspensions. You know, Bruno one yellow away from missing the game. You know, there's a lot going on here. But it's kind of news, and it is exciting to see a young lad come in. And, you know, who knows, maybe in a month, maybe in a week or two. But let's be careful. You know, a couple of months' time, give him a go. In training with Eddie, I've no doubt he'll probably be in the first team training pretty quickly, because we need to try and bulk it up. We'll see how we get on. So let me know your thoughts down below on the Alfie Harrison, looking like he is going to sign the deal and be a Newcastle player very, very soon. It's an exciting, but it's a kind of different exciting, because it isn't, I don't want to put the pressure on, and I think it really is Newcastle probably not bringing in any recognised first-team players for the end of the window. There's not a lot we could do. And I'll tell you what I will say as well, you know, there's a bit of stick, like, fine at Newcastle for how things are. Nobody's spending. Nobody. It was like 300 million was spent last January, and it's like 30 this January. Nobody's spending. Everyone's being careful. FFP's got everyone on lockdown. And I don't imagine we'll have much of a deadline day tomorrow either. Let me know your thoughts down below on the Alfie Harrison situation. Bringing in young lad, do you think he's worth a go? And also the situation slightly separate of, you know, how Newcastle have actually fared this January window. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, as I mentioned, drop a like, subscribe. We'll be at the game this weekend, back in Newcastle, back at St James's. Hopefully we can get a home win and continue this second half sprint to get in some sort of European football. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.